50 years ago, another Star Trek episode premiered on NBC, The Corbomite Maneuver. The plot of this episode is very simple. The Enterprise is mapping an unknown region of the universe when they suddenly meet a strange alien cube. No, not that cube, this cube. They try to ignore it and fly away, but the cube suddenly starts to emit deadly radiation, and the only chance the crew has is to destroy it. After some debate, they continue further, when they suddenly meet a new ship, this time a circular one. The captain introduces himself as Balog, or Balog. The pronunciation is different whenever somebody says the name. Captain of the starship Fisarius, I don't know, from the First Federation, and informs them that because they destroyed the Warning Buoy, the Enterprise, including the crew, will be destroyed in 10 minutes. After every single attempt at communication between Kirk and Balog has failed, Mr. Bailey has a small, let's call it mental breakdown, and is relieved from duty. However, Kirk gets an idea how to defeat Balog using poker. He claims that the Enterprise is equipped with something called Corbomite, and that every attempt at destroying her will cause the destruction of the attacker too. This works, and Balog now uses a smaller ship to pull the Enterprise to the closest planet of the First Federation for examination and ultimate death. But when Balog pretends he's in trouble, Kirk, McCoy and Bailey beam to his ship to save him, which proves that they're not a danger, and become friends with the terrifying Balog. I absolutely love this episode. Together with The Cage, it's to me the perfect representation of Star Trek done correctly. It has a correct mix of suspense, drama, visual effects which have never been done before, way ahead of their time and still look pretty good today, humor, relationships between the three main characters, and the message. There's not really that much action going on. I mean, the plot of the story can be described by a few sentences, but there is always something very interesting going on. Even in the scenes where nothing important is going on, we still get at least some interesting camera work and angles we could not see in Star Trek before or after. The episode has a great atmosphere, even in the scenes where they just sit and wait for their opponent's next step. I just want to know what will happen next. It has also many new visual effects, probably the most effect scenes from the whole TV show, even though they're just view screenshots. That's, by the way, the reason that even though this was supposed to be the first episode ever made for the proper series, it was aired as the 10th episode. They simply needed too much time for completing the VFX shots. And even then, they still had to reuse some previously existing shots. For example, these opening shots features an older version of the Enterprise model, as you can see on the Bussard collectors. As I said, I love this episode, but I do understand if some people will find it boring. It's not an episode for everybody, but for me this is one of the best episodes of classic Star Trek. I give it 10 out of 10. Yes, some of the opticals look really bad and Balog is obviously a puppet, but as I said before, I will ignore any problems caused by the fact that this is a 50 years old low-budget TV show. So what do you think? I would really be interested in knowing what people who like the reboot movies think about this. because to me this episode is a complete opposite of the new movies. And as always, if you like this type of videos, feel free to hit that thumbs up button and see you next week.